Welcome to Strange Earth Travels, where we explore the world's most eerie destinations and the strange stories behind them. In the heart of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, just a few quiet blocks from the town's historic Lincoln Square, stands a building that hides a secret. By day, it's an elegant boutique hotel, but by night, the halls of the Federal Pointe Inn whisper with the echoes of another time. Locals say this former schoolhouse doesn't just hold history, it breathes it. And for some guests, that history never left. This is Strange Earth Travels, and tonight we step inside one of Gettysburg's most haunted places, where the laughter of unseen children and the shadow of a woman in gray still wander the halls. Welcome to the Federal Pointe Inn. Long before the hotel opened its doors to travelers, it opened them to students. Built in 1896, this stately stone structure was once known as the Meade School, named for General George G. Meade, the Union commander who led his troops to victory in the Battle of Gettysburg. For decades, the school was a proud cornerstone of the community, its classrooms filled with the sounds of chalk on slate, lessons on the blackboard, and children's laughter echoing down the corridors. But after nearly a century of education, the Meade School closed. The building sat silent, forgotten, until it was lovingly restored and transformed into the Federal Pointe Inn in 2012. Today, guests check in for luxury and charm, but many check out with stories they'll never forget. Gettysburg is not just any small American town. It's a place forever stained by the blood of 50,000 soldiers who clashed on its fields during 3 days in July of 1863. The horrors of that battle are said to have left a psychic scar, a lingering energy that seeps into every corner of the town. From the battlefield itself to the homes that became makeshift hospitals, Gettysburg's past refuses to fade. And while the Meade School was built decades later, it was constructed on ground that had already witnessed unimaginable pain. Many believe that the restless spirits of Gettysburg roam freely through the town, and the Federal Pointe Inn may have become a crossroads between the living and the dead. The inn often describes strange occurrences. Footsteps in empty hallways, doors opening on their own, and the unmistakable sound of children running and laughing when no one else is there. Some hear a rubber ball bouncing down the hall, stopping just outside their door, only for silence to follow. Others report hearing classroom bells that no longer exist. One guest claimed she woke to see a woman in a long gray dress standing at the foot of her bed. The woman did not move, did not speak, and simply faded into the dark. Staff at the inn quietly admit they have heard and seen things they can't explain. One housekeeper described hearing the faint sound of a woman humming near the stairwell, only to find the area empty. Another said she heard children whispering behind a closed door, but when she opened it, the room was empty and the air was icy cold. These stories are whispered among staff and guests alike, but few are willing to talk about them on camera. In Gettysburg, ghosts are not a myth. They're a part of daily life. Every haunting has its central figure, and here it's the woman in gray. She's said to appear most often near the staircases, her long gray dress drifting just above the floor. Witnesses describe her as quiet, almost sorrowful, as if she's searching for something, or someone she's lost. Some believe she was once a teacher, bound to the place where she taught her final lesson. Others claim she's a remnant of the war, a nurse who cared for the wounded nearby, still walking the halls where she once sought to save lives. No one knows for sure who she was, but many who have seen her say the air grows colder when she's near, and the building itself seems to hold its breath. The Mead School was built for children, and perhaps, in some way, it still belongs to them. Multiple guests have reported the sounds of children laughing, whispering, or even singing softly when the building is otherwise silent. Psychics who have visited the inn describe residual energy from its days as a school, echoes of young voices forever trapped in time. One investigator claimed to have recorded faint laughter during an EVP session inside one of the old classrooms, now converted into a guest suite. When the audio was played back, a soft voice could be heard saying, "Teacher," followed by a giggle. Whether these are the spirits of former students or something older that mimics them remains a mystery. Those who dare to stay the night say the experience can be unforgettable. Guests have woken to find imprints on their beds, as if someone sat down beside them. Cameras left running overnight capture flickering lights, shadowy figures, or the sound of footsteps pacing in the hall. Some wake to the scent of chalk dust, old books, and floor polish, the unmistakable smell of a schoolroom. But in a hotel built long after the lessons ended, such smells make little sense. One couple staying in what used to be a classroom reported that, just after midnight, they heard a child reciting the alphabet. The voice grew clearer, then stopped abruptly, as if scolded by an unseen teacher. Paranormal investigators from across the country have visited the Federal Pointe Inn, hoping to capture evidence of its lingering spirits. EMF meters spike near old staircases. Temperature drops are common in the basement. And more than one team has left with recordings of soft voices whispering answers to their questions. One investigation captured a clear child's voice saying, "Play with me." Another recorded a faint female voice responding, "Class dismissed." Skeptics argue that old buildings creak, pipes settle, and imagination fills in the rest. But for those who've experienced the hauntings firsthand, no rational explanation can erase what they've seen or heard. Whether the stories of the Federal Pointe Inn are ghostly encounters or echoes of memory, one truth remains. The building holds onto the past, the voices of children, the figure of the woman in gray, the quiet sense that someone, or something, is still here. Perhaps they are not trapped souls, but remnants of emotion, moments frozen in time. Or perhaps, late at night, when the halls fall silent, the old school simply remembers what it once was. As the sun rises over Gettysburg, the Federal Pointe Inn looks peaceful once more. The stone walls glow golden in the morning light, the town stirs awake, and the echoes of the night fade back into silence. But ask anyone who stayed here, and they'll tell you, the silence never lasts long, because in Gettysburg, the past is always waiting, just beyond the next door. Thank you for watching Strange Earth Travels. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, like and subscribe for more mysteries, legends, and unexplained places around the world. And remember, the Earth is beautiful, but it's also very, very strange.